We have had a mystery on our hands this week. The scholars in this room are the crew of the mighty ship, the Visioneer. While in search of an ancient treasure, we were marooned on an island, and a key part of our navigational map went missing. Of the entire crew, we considered 4 suspects. Today, you will hear the evidence collected against Dr. Smart and Shipwright Ned.
Good morning. This is Medical Group A. Today we will be showing you how to wrap a broken arm, neck, and ankle.
You start off by asking the patient to hold their neck up straight. Then you use this flexible yet stiff material to stabilize their neck. After you finish this, you wrap them with cloth. You wrap around the neck with cloth. That's how you wrap a neck. Next, an arm. First you start by measuring the arm. Bend your arm. So measuring the arm. Then you fold the end to the length of the arm and crease it. Okay. Now, patient's going to hold his arm up to his chest. The arm going to wrap up with cloth, similar to the neck. Uses different cloth as well as a pin. You use this, tie it around. Just put it on my neck so I can pull it out. Pull it through. And then pull it around his neck. Now, for the leg. He's falling on the ground. So now, wrap this around his ankle. wrap this cloth the rest of the way up the leg. Wrap it all the way up the leg. Come down and tuck it in. And that's how you wrap an arm, a neck, and an ankle.
Now I will be showing you
a collapsed lung or a non-collapsed lung right here, and then a collapsed lung right here. So the collapsed lung doesn't inflate all the way because of the hole right there in the balloon. And then the collapsed one, the non-collapsed one inflates all the way because there are no holes around it. And to make this, you have a cup, you cut a hole in it, you stick a straw, you get clay, you get a balloon, tie it with a rubber band, and then you cut a balloon in half and then do it like that. And then you pull this balloon and it should inflate all the way.
Good afternoon. We are the engineering team, and we are stuck on the island. And there are people on the parts of the island, and we cannot get to them. So we have to make a robot. So we have to code it. Code it. After we programmed the robot, we came across a problem. We had to build a bridge so the robot can cross it. So then we built a bridge. After we crossed the bridge, we had to make sure it was sturdy. So we tested it. And we found out it was sturdy. So we were able to cross the bridge and retrieve the people. It's not connected. It's not connected. Until you get robot. No, I think it was because of the Bluetooth. Yeah, what's that? Bluetooth. Oh yeah, the Bluetooth. No, the Bluetooth is on. Aha.
We are medical group B, and this week we learned about dissecting a cow heart. We used medical scissors and tweezers to cut it in half.
We learned about dissecting a cow heart because many people on the ship were having trouble breathing and having chest pains.
Sydney Young was bitten by a snake, and Dr. Smart said that it was a neurotoxic venom, and we tested it with milk, and it clogged, so we determined it was a hemotoxic venom.
Good morning. We are the blood splatter analysis group. We found blood drops at the scene of the crime.
So we tested blood drops from 3 different heights. 12 inches because Sydney Young had a cut on her leg. 30 inches because Robert Neff had a cut on his hand. And 66 inches because Dr. Smart had a cut on his head.
We determined that the blood was dropped from 30 inches.
Good morning. One of the many things I learned about was powdery substances. We had crash landed on an uninhabited island and found a powdery unknown substance. We tested it with things such as vinegar, iodine, and water. We discovered that cornstarch had been spilled. Why would cornstarch be on a boat? Good question. Cornstarch can be used to help get rid of sunburn, which would be helpful to the crew members. Thanks to wonderful science of forensics, we saved a lot of time.
As you can see, the iodine had the same reaction in the cornstarch and in the mystery powder.
Mystery powder. Later at the scene, we found fingerprints and decided to try and see who they belonged to. During this process, we would dust it with a special powder that allowed you to transfer the fingerprint to tape that is placed over the prints. After placing the tape on a sheet of paper, they would be examined. Our team determined that the fingerprints belonged to Dr. Nicholas Smart. If it wasn't for forensics, we could have never figured out who stole them
Based on
out.
all the evidence our STEM group has submitted, we believe that Dr. Smart and Shipwright Neff are guilty of stealing the ancient map.